Sitting comfortably now, I just want you to gently turn your attention inwards. Bring your awareness to your breathing. Don't try to change anything. Simply notice the rise and fall of your breath, the motion of the new air coming in through your nostrils and the old air as it travels out through your mouth. Sit with this for a few moments. Does it feel okay to breathe deeper? Then do that. Can you use the out-breath as a chance to really channel out anything old or anything which is no longer serving you? Any anxiety, frustration or sadness? Let it all go with that out-breath now. Give yourself permission to fully occupy your own body, your own energy, your own auric field. Give yourself permission to fully embody your entire being and let your energy expand with your breath, imagining it expanding and filling the space around you. And as you do this, I just want to take you a little deeper. Are you becoming more aware of any tension which you are holding within your physical body? For example, are your hands clenched tighter than they need to be? Are your shoulders tense? Does your face feel taut or your jaw clenched? Bring your full attention to this and just let yourself stretch, wriggle, tense and release whatever you need to do to allow yourself to settle down into a deeper state of being. Again, going a little deeper now, you're simply going to sit and explore the energy within yourself. If you were to close your eyes for a few moments, what do you see? Can you see or feel light? If you can't see anything, that's fine. You might find that it comes as you go deeper or later on with practice. You might not see anything, and that's fine too. Just follow the words and allow the process to unfold. If you can see a light, then that's great. Give it your focus now. Does it become stronger or change colour when you bring attention to it? Try it now. Once you've given yourself a little time to explore how that felt, we'll take it a step further. Actively focus on visualising a light within you now. A lovely, soft yet powerful light which has a warm glow. This light expands as you focus on it. The more that you allow yourself to just sit with this experience, the more brilliant this light becomes. Can you see it expanding? How does it feel? Can you focus on it to the point where you can feel its warmth? That's great if so. If you don't feel the warmth, be assured that it is there. Maybe you can see a colour instead, and that's great if you do. So we're just going to sit now with the light and bathe in it for a little longer. Enjoy it. Explore it. Nothing else to do except sit. Soften your breathing. Observe the light and let it do its work. Can you picture it outside of you? Can you feel it outside of you? Can you imagine the light within you expanding outwards to the point where it even interacts with the world around you? Just explore that for a few moments. And now, let's picture you in a new setting. You're sitting in a lovely, warm and comfortable room. The light that you can sense is coming from a toasty open fire, flickering gently in its grate. You're cuddled up on a luxuriously padded sofa, so comfortable that every bit of cushioning surrounds and supports you. Just being there, to the point where, although you know you're sitting, it's as though you're floating. It involves so little effort on your part, just being there. You look down, and over your legs is a gorgeous deep red velvet throw. It's soft and plushy and warm to touch. And as you look at it, it appears to be made of a million different shades and tones as they reflect in the gently dancing firelight. There's a table next to you, and on this table is a book. It has a red cover with golden embossing on the spine and around the edges of the cover too. This book is unusual as it doesn't have any writing on the outside. Intrigued, you open it and find that it has a red silk ribbon tucked in it to mark a page. The inside of the book doesn't have anything written on it either, so you turn to the section which is marked by the ribbon. On this page you find an image of an elephant. This is not an ordinary elephant. It is a magical spirit elephant, a white elephant. And the image which surrounds it is an incredibly detailed jungle scene. You take in the lush green plants, the vibrant flowers, and the shafts of sunlight glinting between the banana and coconut trees. The attention to detail is so precise that you can almost smell the air, see the butterflies flitting, and hear the birds calling in this heavenly scene. You turn your attention to the elephant himself. He is wearing a blanket saddle, red, with golden detailing. The edges of the page itself have the same decoration, and as you look more closely, the golden embossing almost looks like writing, perhaps even symbols, you think. You sit there, comfortable and warm, gazing into the picture. As you look at the elephant, the way in which it has been captured on the page gives it an aura of white light. As you experience this image, you feel even more relaxed and notice yourself moving into a sleepy, dreamlike state. You're so relaxed now that you're not actually sure if you're dreaming. It doesn't matter either way, as you're safe and warm and cared for. As you allow yourself to be supported in this way, you become aware of a light on the other side of the room. It's a red light, and it's shining on the door. You hear a noise. Was it a knock? You feel safe here, so you get up and you go to the door, understanding that this is something you need to explore. As you open the door, there, standing outside, is a large white elephant, just like the one in the book. Now you know this is not an everyday occurrence. As you look, into the eyes of the elephant, you see such a gentleness, such a wisdom, that you know that there is no need to be fearful in any way. Without a sound, the elephant turns sideways and lowers itself to its knees. And it is then that you notice it is wearing a blanket saddle, just like in the picture. Red and gold. When you look more closely, you realise that the golden pattern is indeed writing. Going round and around the edges of the cloth, it says, trust, 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 written repeatedly. Taking this as an instruction to go ahead, you climb onto the elephant, which slowly but surely stands and proceeds on its journey. It clearly knows where you are intended to be travelling to, and although slow, its steps are steady and sure. You can almost feel the vibration of the earth beneath its feet as you move. You feel safe, protected and powerful up there in the saddle, and the air around you is exhilarating. Together, you and this elephant have a purpose. You travel on through the night with only the stars as a backdrop. It occurs to you that you could be anywhere. But that's okay, it doesn't matter. Although there is only you and the elephant and the night sky, you have a powerful sense that you aren't alone and that you are being guided by something greater. After a while, the elephant comes to a clearing of some kind. It feels as though there is a canopy of trees above you. As although it's still dark, some light is breaking through from above you. The elephant stops and once again kneels, signalling for you to get off. As you step down, you notice something on the ground. It's a leaf, red in colour. The dim light from above draws you to examine it more closely. You investigate the web of veins across its surface, noticing that it spells something. Focusing in on the scrawly etching of letters, you decipher that the writing on the leaf says safe. At this point, you look up and realise that the elephant has gone. You are now on your own, but you feel completely reassured by the message within the leaf. You look around you in the dim light and see that the clearing which the elephant has brought you to has a path leading off it. You decide to follow the path. As you proceed, you notice that it is leading gently downhill. After some time, you reach the end of the path and find yourself facing a rough stone wall. In the dark, you use your hands to feel the way. You touch the cool stone with your fingers and come across something which is hanging from a piece of rock which juts out a little. You manage to remove the item, and turning it over in your hand, you realise that it is a large old key with a tag on it. The tag says strength. Looking up, you notice that right in front of you is a dark wooden door, slightly set into the stone wall, which must be why you didn't notice it before. You try the key in the lock. It's rusty and it squeaks a little, but eventually the door creaks open. You walk inside and you find yourself in a large room. This room is filled with books. Is it a library, perhaps? On the other side, you notice a table and a comfortable-looking chair. You make your way over to sit down on the chair, as although you haven't walked much, it feels like you were travelling with the elephant for quite some time. You sit and allow yourself to settle, relaxing into your surroundings for a few moments. You begin to take in what you see around you. On the table next to you, you notice a little wooden box. It looks old and handmade. As you open it, you breathe in the lovely sawdusty scent of the unfinished surface inside. And the first thing you see is a small piece of paper, neatly folded. You gently open it, and in large letters in the centre of the page, it says, "Courage." There's something else in the box too. You pick it up carefully. It's a natural ruby. Sturdy, deep red, a substantial size and weight to fit in your palm. You turn it over in your hand and notice that it somehow has a greater density to its weight and size. Just holding it feels empowering somehow. As you sit quietly in the chair, holding the ruby, you take in more of the room around you. The wall facing you is painted terracotta brown and has a large print on it which simply says Earth in big letters. To one side, the wallpaper has a repeating design formed of patterns of clouds with the word air in squiggly writing in between them. To the other, the wall is painted turquoise and has a shelf with a fish tank on it. The turret in the bottom of the tank, which the fish are darting in and out of, has water written on it. Your back feels warm, and you turn to see if this wall behind you also has a message. Sure enough, there is an old fireplace which you hadn't spotted when you first came in, and on its mantel shelf there is a carved ornament spelling the word fire. As you recognise that you are surrounded by these four elements, you develop a deep sense of protection. You trust that your basic needs are met, and you understand that you are supported, and you feel safe and confident. You notice that you're still holding the ruby and that it's beginning to feel warm in your hand. You look down at it and it's lighting up from the inside. You realise that as you allow yourself to fully connect with the energy of this sacred space and the light within the ruby, that you yourself are illuminated too. And you feel so strong. Looking up, you see that above your head there is a pillar of bright light descending from the roof above you. The light reaches your physical body and continues to travel down through your energy field towards your feet, where it continues moving down towards the floor and beyond, seeming to connect with the earth below. On the floor, there is a large, deeply patterned rug with an Aztec design on it. You feel a strong urge to sit down on the rug. It feels important to be closer to the ground somehow. It's woven from natural, slightly rough material with a combination of black and brown and earthy reds, and it has a smell of straw or sand about it, maybe both. You picture it coming from somewhere warm and dry, and this strengthens your sense of connection to the earth. You remember now that when you first entered this room, you wondered if it was a library, as you'd seen a lot of books. You look over to the wall It is indeed filled with many books, but it's also odd as they all look similar and there's not much to differentiate one from the next. As you scan the rows, you notice that one has writing on it, and so you take it out. Looking at the spine, you are amazed to see that this one has your name on it. You open the book. There is a pen tucked into it, and the first page says, "Welcome," followed by your name. You are grounded by the earth and her elements. You are connected to the light of Source. Trust, safety, strength and courage are already yours. You have been gifted another tool, another unique skill which only you can bring to the world. Now is the time to be shown what this power or talent is. It doesn't matter if it sounds strange or doesn't make sense to you now, nor does it matter if it is something which someone else does already, as you will have your own way. What does matter is that you notice it, accept it, and don't forget it. With your intuition as a guide, give space for this purpose to reveal itself to you, and let your own story unfold. In your mind's eye, you take the pen now and you write, you draw, you do whatever feels right. You might get a word, a statement or a phrase, an image, a colour, or even a symbol. You might find that you get lots of words. You might see something which looks like a clip from a film. Whatever comes, just go with it and allow it to unfold. Let yourself explore this in your mind's eye for as long as you feel that you need. Once you've completed this task, you look up at your surroundings. You are somehow back in the warm room with the cosy fire, the comfortable sofa, and the velvet throw from the start of this journey. Did you fall asleep? Was it a dream? Maybe. The light in the room is different. It's daylight, and there is a book on the sofa next to you. The spine of the book says your name. You open the book, and the picture of the elephant is there, but now there is writing too. So acknowledging the energy present in this session, and understanding that everything takes place with our permission and aligned with our highest good, we give thanks for the opportunity to experience this process. And now it's time to gently bring sensations, sounds, and sights back to normal, returning your awareness back to the room that you're now